In this video, I wanna go over the biggest myth in fitness, and to go over it, let me tell you a story. Around 1.5 years ago, I remember going out of my bed, waking up at 3:45 a.m., going to the kitchen and starting to binge on chocolate. I ate one whole bar, like the 500 calories bars. I ate one whole of them, and then I took a bunch of dates. I put them in a plastic bag. I took that bag, I put it inside a running belt, and I went for a run. I turn on the Garmin watch, I turn on the running mode in the Garmin watch, I go for 1 kilometer, and then the second one, and the third one, and the fourth one, and the fifth one. And as I go and run and continue running, I feel a lot of pain in my leg. Not because I was injured or anything like that, just because I'm naturally the kind of guy to feel a lot of pain when running. I have flat feet, and because of that, my leg almost go to sleep when I run, if you know what do I mean. And I mean that, you know that feeling where you sit on top of a nerve for a long time and then you don't really feel your leg? Yeah, that's the feeling I feel when I run for some time. Especially when I do the longer and harder runs. I continue running up until 42 kilometers. So this was my first marathon. And it was 1.5 years ago. From the 12th kilometer until the 21 kilometer, I wanted to quit, but I kept going. In the 21 kilometer, I realized, oh, I'm just halfway. And I ran a half marathon. I was kind of shocked, but I kept going 30 kilometers, 41 kilometers. So when I almost reached the completion of that marathon, my first marathon, I remember just running as fast as I could with a heart rate of 172 beats per minute. It's around 540 kilometers per minute per kilometer pace, with tears going out of my fucking eyes, just thinking about the whole journey and feeling amazing about it. Now, you might say, Ori, there is no myth here, fuck you. You just talk about the emotional journey of running your first marathon. I was training 6 times per week at those times. And I will put a photo of me on the screen. It was not 1.5 years ago, it was 1 year ago, to be actually accurate. But I was fucking massive compared to the fact that I just finished a marathon. It's like, you might say, Ori, like, you injected steroids, you are not nutty. That's how you managed to do. No, completely natural, being massive, running 80 kilometers per week. And that's the myth. The myth is that running kills gains. Now, if you will look at my legs at those days, they were pretty small relative to my upper body. But that's it. The only kind of gains running kills is the gains in your legs, and if I want to be as accurate as possible, maybe to a small extent the gains in your upper body, because it fatigues you. So if you are not a competitive level bodybuilder who wants to compete in the nationals and get a pro card naturally or not naturally, you should not worry about running, because it will not kill your gains to the extent you think. It will not make you skinny. Now these days I want to compete, I want to get as big as possible, so I do reduce running a bit. But you don't need to. If you wanna just look good in your day-to-day life, just be big in your day-to-day life, just be big and especially aesthetic, because running burns calories and allows you to eat more, you can run. It's like, there is no problem with it. That's the video, that's the message I wanted to convey here, because I run a lot and I still maintain my gains, and I kept making progress. And I genuinely think that most people would do the same. There are 3 principles you need to apply to be able to run and get jacked. First, why should you run? You should run because it burns calories, or do any kind of cardio, especially cycling, just because it doesn't put as much strain on your legs as running. So how should you do it? What are the benefits? The benefits are that you will burn more calories and you will be healthier long term. How should you implement it? According to science, to the studies, I might reference some on the screen, PID, right? This kind of reference. The first thing you should do is to train in the gym before you run, before your cardio, because cardio induces fatigue, and when you are more fatigued in your training, you lift less weights and progressive overload gets impaired. The second thing is that you should compensate for the calories you burned if you are bulking by eating more. The third thing is that you should sleep enough, because fatigue kills gains, cardio induces fatigue. If you don't want your gains to be killed, you should sleep enough, so fatigue will be mitigated. And that's it, that's how you do it, that's basically it, bye.